Hello everyone, welcome to Prince on Air, and we are back with another video. That is the second video on the solution of back exercise of chapter 1, that is some basic concepts of chemistry. Okay, so in last videos we have discussed about the first 10 questions of back exercise. Now in this video we will discuss about the next 10 questions of the back exercise of NCERT book. Okay, so without wasting any time, open your notebooks and try to solve that question which are the problematic for you all. Okay, and I will provide the solution of that questions. Okay, so try to do that. So today's objectives are NCERT back exercise question solution video number 2. Now first question is, okay, that's the 11th question and first question of this video. Okay, so that is, what is the concentration of sugar in mole per liter if its 20 gram are dissolved in enough water to make a final volume up to 2 liter. Okay, now try to do yourself first. Okay, try to do that question yourself. Afterwards I will give you that solution. Okay, so now just pause the video and try to do this. Firstly, whenever you are solving the numerical, try to understand the statement carefully. Okay, so now what is the concentration? Means we have to calculate the concentration. Means that numerical is directly related to the concentration terms. Clear? Now, in mole per liter, what is mole per liter? Can you justify that term in which we are using that mole at the numerator side and liter or volume at the denominator side? That is molarity. Okay, so molarity is mole per liter, means we have to calculate molarity. Okay, clear? Now if its 20 gram are dissolved, listen carefully, mass of that given solute, that is the solute here. Okay, that is the solute here. Solute is sugar. So mass of solute is given to you. Okay, that is 20 gram. Okay, that is 20 gram. Clear? Okay then. So are dissolved in enough water. Enough water means that much amount of water we are using here to make the final volume. Final volume up to 2 liter. Okay, so volume is also given to you. Okay, so that terms are given to you. I have given that hint to you that which terms are given to you. Now molarity. What is the formula of molarity? What is the formula of molarity here? The number of moles of solute. Okay, number of moles of solute upon. Can you tell me the next term here? That is volume of solution. Okay, volume of solution. That word we use here. Okay, means volume of solution in liter. Now this one is the formula here. Okay, molarity, that we have to calculate. Okay, volume we are having. Number of moles we have to calculate first. So how we can calculate the number of moles here? What is the formula for number of moles? Given mass upon molar mass. Okay, given mass upon molar mass. Okay, that's okay. Now what is given mass here? That is given to you. So 20 gram is the given mass. Okay, what is the molar mass? Molar mass you can calculate. Yes or no? Can you calculate the molar mass of glucose here? Sugar, sorry. So C12H22O11. Okay, so what will be the molar mass here? See, 12 into that 12 into 12 plus 22 into 1 plus 11 into 16. Now just solve this value. Okay, just solve this value now, and you will get the molar mass equals to 342. Okay, try to solve this. 144 plus 22 plus 671. Okay, so if you will add all that values, you will get 342. Okay, now 342 is the molar mass. Given mass is 20, molar mass is 342. Okay, 342. This one value is given to you. Now if you will solve 20 upon 342, you will get 0.0585. 0.0585. Okay, that are the number of moles. Now you got number of moles now. Okay, volume is given to you, so just put that value into this formula and you will get the result. Okay, so the molarity will comes out to be, molarity, the number of moles are 0.0585 upon molar mass, or no, volume is, see, volume 2 liter. So the result will comes out to be that is 0.02925. 0.02925 mole per liter. Okay, so that will be the result here. Clear now? Okay, is it clear? So try to solve that question and note it down now. Okay, done? Okay. Now next question is, if density of methanol is given to you, okay, that is the density of methanol, which is 0.793 kilogram per liter. Okay, then what is the volume needed for making 2.5 liter of its 0.25 molar solution? That is the question here. Okay, so just pause this video and try to solve this question. I know that this question is little bit tricky, but try to do that question yourself first. Okay, so yes, done. So let's just discuss which terms are given to you first. Now the density of the methanol is given to you. Okay, means density is given to you, that is 0.793 kilogram per liter. Okay, clear? Now next is, what is its volume needed? Okay, means volume we have to calculate for making 2.5 liter of its 0.25 molar solution. Means volume 2, it is volume 1 and it is volume 2, that is given to you, that is 2.5 liter. And molarity 2, it is also given to you, that is 0.25 molar. Okay, that all terms are given to you. Okay, clear? Now firstly, it is a methanol. Okay, it is methanol. So how you can solve this question here? How you can solve this question here? You have to find the molarity. Okay, so try that question firstly yourself. The formula that will be used here, that will be M1V1, because two volumes are given to you, so through that you can judge it. Okay, the formula will be M1V1, M2V2. Okay, that one formula is also used here. Clear? So try that question. Try to do that question now. That all terms I given to you. Okay, so firstly try to calculate the molar mass of methanol. Molar mass of methanol. Methanol is CH3OH. Okay, or you can say CH4 O. It will be 12 plus 4 plus 16. It will comes out to be 32. 32 it is 32 gram per mole. Okay, that units are used here. Okay then. Now molarity of the solution we have to calculate. So you can see in molarity we are using that which term, that is mole per liter. In the previous numerical we have done this. Okay, so if you will see that kilogram and gram per mole. Okay, so if you will change this term into kilogram per mole, so you will get 32 into 10 raised power minus 3 kilogram per mole. Okay, so if you divide this molar mass from the density, means the units of density is kilogram per liter upon the units of molar mass is kilogram per mole. So if you will divide these two values, kilogram will cut with kilogram, molar, that per molar will go upside and it will form mole, and that will per liter. So that in that way you will get the molarity. Okay, you will get the molarity. Clear? And that molarity, it comes from the dimensional derivation. Okay, that you have discussed maybe in physics also. Okay, the derivation of formula with the help of dimensions or units. So similarly, what we have to do here, molarity. Okay, molarity 1 we have to calculate, no? So 2 is given to you, so 1 we have to calculate. So how we can calculate it? See, kilogram per liter, this one is density here 0.793 upon this one 32 into 10 raised power minus 3 kilogram per liter, kilogram per mole. Okay, so just solve this calculation and that you will get 24.78 mole per liter. Okay, that will be the molarity here. Now you got M1 V1 you have to calculate, M2 V2 you already got. Okay, so just what you have to do here, you have to calculate the value of V1. So all M1 you got, that is M1. V1 just you have to calculate. V2 is this, M2 is this. Okay, so I can solve this here. M1 V1 equals to M2 V2. Okay, M1 is this 24.78 into V1 equals to M2. M2 is 0.25. V2 is 2.5. So V1 comes out to be 0.25 into 2.5 upon 24.78. Okay, so just solve this value. Okay, just solve this value now. And the result will come out to be 0.0252 liter. 0.0252 liter. Okay, that will be the answer. Okay, so just note it down. Next question. Pressure is determined as force per unit area. Okay, if the surface, okay, you can say that the pressure is determined as the force per unit area of the surface, the SI unit of pressure is Pascal and is shown as 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton per square meter. Okay, if mass of air at sea level is 1034 gram per square centimeter. Calculate the pressure in Pascal. That is the question here. Okay, so it is very simple question. Just try to do that question. Okay, just you have to focus on the units in terms of units. That just we have to convert that units. No, so just we have to calculate this value. Try to do yourself. I can tell you which terms are given to you. Okay, pressure is determined as force per unit area. Means pressure force upon area. Okay then. If the surface of the surface, the SI unit of pressure is Pascal. Okay then. 1 Pascal, the value of 1 Pascal is given to you, that is 1 Newton per square meter. Okay. If mass of air, okay, mass of air is given to you, that is 1034 gram per square centimeter. So mass is given to you, that is 1034 gram per square centimeter. Okay. Calculate the pressure in Pascal. Just you have to calculate the pressure in Pascal. Try it very well form. Okay, done. So listen. Force is mass into acceleration. Okay, clear? And here acceleration is acceleration due to gravity. So mass is given to you, that is 1034 gram per square centimeter, and acceleration is 9.8 meter per square second. Clear? Clear? Now that unit we have to change. That unit, how can you change it? You can change that gram by dividing this value by 1000. Okay, so 1034 upon 1000, it will convert into kilogram. Okay, that value centimeter square. Okay, that square centimeter, how you can convert it? By multiplying. Okay, you can say that is the 1 upon square centimeter. Okay, so if you will change this value, how you can change it? If you want to change this value in meter, so it will convert into meter square by dividing from lower side, it will be multiplied 100, and if it's square, so here we have to take that square. Now it is clear. So into 9.8 meter per square second. So that value will come out to be 1034. If you will cut this value, okay, so it will come out to be one more zero will left, no, into 9.8. Okay, that kilogram, then meter, 1 meter will left, no, per square second. Okay, don't do this value. Yeah, kilogram meter per square second upon per square meter. Okay, in 1 meter, or you can say in unit meter. Okay, that all values we got. So this one is the force, and we all know that force per unit area is pressure. So that value which you got, that is pressure. Okay, that is pressure. In actually it is pressure, because this one is a force, that whole value upside, and here that is the unit volume, unit area. It is unit area. So force per unit area, that is pressure. So that's why we got the pressure from this way. And if we are considering this value as approximately equals to 10, so that value comes out to be 103400 kilogram meter per square second. Okay then. Clear? Okay then. So that value we got. But as we know, W is equals to mg. Okay, the units are Newton here, and mass kilogram, meter per square second. Okay, so means 1 Newton is equals to 1 that kilogram meter per square second. Kilogram meter per square second. Okay, upon meter square. So here I can write it as Newton. So 103400 Newton per square meter. Yes or no? In terms of this value, kilogram meter per square second, I can write Newton here. Okay, and it will become Newton per square meter. Now come here. Newton per square meter is Pascal. So the pressure comes out to be here 103400 Pascal. So what was the question here? We have to convert that value into Pascal. Okay, that was the matter, no? So the pressure will come out to be approximately 1.03400 into 10 raised power 5 Pascal. So that is the answer. Okay, if mass is 1034 gram per square centimeter and all that values are given to you, okay, then in that case the pressure in Pascal will come out to be 1.03400 into 10 raised power 5 Pascal. Okay, so that is the answer here. Clear? Yes. Now move. Next question is, what is the SI unit of mass? That is the most important question, and it's a very simple question here. So what is the SI unit of mass here? SI unit, firstly, what mass? The units of mass are gram or kilogram. Okay, and SI unit mass of mass we are considering, that is kilogram. Okay, that is the SI unit of mass is kilogram, or you can say in that way. Okay. Okay, all you know. But how that kilogram will come, or how that kilogram mass came. Okay. Little bit English is problem there. So now here, that kilogram, 1 kilogram is equals to the mass of international prototype that is placed in the Museum of France. There was a cylindrical rod placed in the museum, which is made up of platinum iridium alloy. Okay, alloy you know very well, that is a mixture of different metals. Okay, so platinum iridium alloy rod was made, and that mass of that rod or cylinder is supposed to be 1 kilogram. Okay, so just that mass we have supposed, that mass is supposed by us. Okay, or you can say scientists. Now next question is, match the following prefixes with the multiples. So try to do that question. That is the simplest question that you have to do. Okay, done. Now tell that question we can solve now. See, micro. So what will be the micro? That will be 10 raised power minus 6. 10 raised power minus 6. Okay. Giga is, giga. Okay. Deca. Yeah, deca is 10 raised power minus 1. Okay. Deca is 10. One more color we can change. Next one is mega. Mega will be 10 raised power 6. Okay. Next one is giga. Giga is 10 raised power 9. Okay. Next one is femto. Femto is 10 raised power minus 15. Okay. So that will be the answers. That is the matching. Okay. Next. What do you mean by significant figures? Yeah. What will be the significant of significant figures, or you can say what is definition of significant figure, or what is the meaning of significant figure, that you have to tell here. Try that question. So significant figures are the figures are the number of digits that tells us about the number of digits which are certain or uncertain. Okay, clear? Means that you can say significant figures are the that digits, okay, that number of digits which are tells us about the number of how many numbers of number of digits are certain and how many numbers of digits are uncertain. Okay, obviously we are taking the one digit as uncertain here. Clear? So here the total number of digits in the number, that last digit is supposed to be uncertain. For example, if I am having 5.673, okay, that 3 digits are supposed to be certain and that last digit is supposed to be uncertain, and in that case significant figure will comes out to be 4. So means you can say significant figure is equals to number of digits which are certain plus 1. Okay, that last digit is of that one digit is of uncertain digit. Okay, that last digit. Clear? Now next is, yes, next question is, a sample of drinking water was found to be severely contaminated with the chloroform. Okay, chloroform. Okay, then here it is, the formula is written here, that was wrong. Okay, so actually it is CHCl4, CHCl3. Okay, now supposed to be carcinogenic in nature, the level of contamination was 15 ppm by mass. Now what is ppm? ppm is parts per million. Okay, express this percent by mass, means you have to express this term in percent by mass. Okay, so what is the question here? Actually first question is just we have to express this value in percent by mass. Okay, so firstly that value given to you is 15 upon 10 raised power 6. Okay, parts per million, no, means that is, if you are having that sample and if you will divide that sample into 1 million equal parts, in that between that among that 10 raised power 6 parts, only 15 parts are of pure contaminated form, that is of chloroform. Okay, here means that will be the chloroform. Okay, so that is the actual value we got, but all of you know to convert into the percentage, how what we are doing, we are just writing the given value, okay, upon total value into 100. In that way we are getting, no? So this one is the given mass of chloroform in the given sample. The total sample mass you can suppose 10 raised power 6 gram. Okay, and just multiply it by 100. In that way you got that value in the percentage form. Okay, so that value will comes out to be 15 into 10 raised power minus 4, or you can say 1.5 into 10 raised power minus 3 gram. That percent, okay, percent by mass. Percent by mass. Clear? Simple question was. Second one is determine the molality of chloroform in the water sample. Now we have to calculate the molality also. So what is the formula of molality? Number of moles of solute. Solute here, solute is chloroform, upon mass of solvent. Okay, clear? Mass of solvent in kilogram. Okay, so try that question now. Try that question, B part. If you are supposing that sample is of 100 gram, if you will suppose that sample is of 100 gram, or you can suppose one more thing, if it is in kilogram, so you can suppose that 1 kilogram sample is there. Okay, or you can say it is of 1000 gram sample is there. Okay, then clear. Number of moles of solute you have to calculate first. How you can calculate? See, number of moles, it will be given mass upon molar mass. So given mass upon molar mass. Firstly, calculate the molar mass of chloroform. Calculate the molar mass of chloroform here. You got that from this value. From this value, this result. Percentage by mass means, it means if you are taking the 100 gram sample of water, you will get 1.5 into 10 raised power minus 3 gram of chloroform. Okay, so it means that 100 gram of water is containing 1.5 into 10 raised power minus 3 gram chloroform. 1 gram of water, it will contain 1.5 into 10 raised power minus 3 upon 100, this much. But we are having a sample of 1000 gram, means 1000 gram will contain 1.5 into 10 raised power minus 3 upon 100 into 1000. So it will comes out to be 1.5 into 10 raised power minus 2 gram. Okay, clear? So in that way you got that mass. So it will be 1.5 into 10 raised power minus 2 gram. Okay, molar mass CaCl3. Calculate the molar mass of this value, that is 12 plus 1 plus 3 into 35.5. It will comes out to be nearby 154.5, I think so. So 1 second, 13 plus 35.5, it will be 71 and 30, 101, 106, 106 and 106.5. So it will comes out to be 119.5. Okay, 119.5. So just solve this value, and in that way you will get the number of moles. You will get number of moles, and if you will get the number of moles, this one is the formula for molality, and in that case mass is 1 kilogram. So it will be that value that you will get, it will be equal to the molality. Okay, so answer, just you have to solve this value, you will get that answer here, and the answer will becomes 1.25 into 10 raised power minus 4. 1.25 into 10 raised power minus 4 molar. So at last you will get this answer. Okay, if you will solve this value, no, you will get this value, and if you will put this, that is the number of moles. If you are going to put this value here, number of moles, and mass of solvent is 1000 gram or 1 kilogram. Okay, so if you are putting that value 1, so answer will become equal to this 1.25 into 10 raised power minus 4 molar. Okay, Next is express the following in scientific notation. That is the simplest question here. Okay, so just you have to express this value in scientific notation. The first one is 0.0048. Okay, so I told you in the last sessions, okay, how to convert that this type of values into power of 10 also. Okay, or you can say that is scientific notation. If you are placing the dot, the decimal towards the right side, means the power will decrease. Okay, power will decrease. So here it will be in scientific notation that point should be like in this way, that here decimal towards left of the decimal there should be one non-zero digit integer. Okay, non-zero digit number should be there, or at right side any number of digits can be there. Okay, so here we can write it in this way, 4.8. First, how many steps we have jumped with the help of that dot, decimal, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3, so it will be 10 raised power minus 3. Next question, that is of second one is here. Okay, afterwards we will move to here, 23400. Okay, so it will be, if you are placing dot here, point here, so now we are putting the shifting the dot towards the left side. So in that case the power will increase, the power of 10 will increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to that. So 2.34000 into 10 raised power 5. But there is no need to write the last zeros here. Okay, so only answer will comes out to be 2.34 into 10 raised power 5. Okay, the next one is 8008. So if you are putting that dot here, 1, 2, 3 steps, it will shift. Okay, so it will be 8.008 into 10 raised power 3. Okay, then next one is fourth one, that is 500.0. Now it's point here, so we have to write that zeros all zeros we have to write here. So now it will be, firstly point is here, so 1, 2 steps it was shifted here, so 5.000 into 10 raised power 2. Next question is this one, 6.0012. So that is already in that way, means we can't write it in this in the scientific manner. If you want to write it into the scientific notation, just write that 10 raised power, multiply it by 10 raised power 0. So it will be, it is already in that form which we want. Okay, so that's why. Next is, how many significant figures are present in the following numbers? Okay, so first question is, first one is 0.0025. So see that the left zeros, okay, the zeros from the left of the non-zero digits, okay, that are not considered to be a significant. So here it will be 1 and 2, only 2 is there. Next is 208. So 0 in between the non-zero integers or digits, that is supposed to be or considered to be significant. So it will be 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 digits are there, no? So these are significant. Okay, then next one is 5005. Okay, in between the non-zero digits, that is considered to be significant. So it will be 4. Next one is 126000. Now we can write this value as 1.26 into 10 raised power 5. Yes or no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes or no? Yeah. So now Now that is not considered in the significant figure. So only 1, 2, 3. 3 digits are there, so that significant figure will be 3. Okay. Then next one is 500.0. Now we can write this value as 5.000 into 10 raised power 2. Okay, because it's here decimal is there, no, so we have to mention all that zeros, and zeros after that non-zero digit are not considered to be a significant. But if decimal point is here, then we have to count as a significant figure. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, due to decimal point we are counting it, so that number significant figure will be 4. These are not supposed here. Clear? Okay, next one is 2.0034. So similarly, here's also the zero in between the two non-zero digits that are considered to be significant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So significant figure will be 5 here. Okay then? Clear? Next is round up the following up to the significant figures, up to 3 significant figures. Okay, so just you have to do that question yourself. Rounding up that part we have done already. If the digits, if the last digit means we have to round it up to 3 digits, no, 3 significant figures. So just see the 4th digit. If that 4th digit is greater than 5, then you have to increase that 3rd digit by 1. If it is less than 5, don't change. And if it is 5 equals to 5, that we have done all that rule. You can see that lecture once again. Okay, that I will not supposed to do tell you now in detail. So here 34.216, first one. Okay. So only 3 digits you have to are supposed to be taken. 34.2. Now see that 4th digit. It is 1, which is less than 5. So just neglect it. Okay, or you can say ignore it, and answer will come out to be 32.2. 34.2. Okay. Clear? Next is 10.4107. Okay, so just see these first 3 digits and then 4th digit. 4th digit once again it is less than 5, so just ignore it and value will come out to be 4. 10.4. Next one is third one, that is 0.4597. Okay, so here that previous digit we will not take. Okay, so just see this from here, 459. After that 4th digit is the 4th non-zero digit that we have to consider here as a significant figure. So which is 7 and which is greater than 5. So what we have to do, we have to increase that number by 1. Clear? So if you will add 1 here, then it will come out to be 0, and this value will become 6, and then 4, 0.0. Answer will become out to be 0.0460. Clear? That previous values that we have to just show it. Okay, significant figure, if you will check this significant figure, that will come out to be 3. Okay, because the left zeros will not be considered. Right zeros after that point they are considered. Okay, right to the no zero digit. Next one is 2808. Okay, so here these are the 3 digits, and last digit, that is 4th one, is greater than 5. So what we have to do, we have to increase that previous by 1, is add 1 here, so it will become 182. But we can't write it as 281. because both values are not similar. We have to do that approximation, rounding off. You know very well that we can't change the actual value of that result. Okay, so here we can write it as 0. Now if you will check the significant figure, that significant figure comes out to be 3, and the value will become just approximate equals to this value. So answer will be 2810. Okay, clear? Clear? So that is it for the today. Tomorrow I will provide you the next solutions of the questions. Okay, so till then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep studying, keep motivated, and stay at home. Okay, because there is a drastic condition outside in the India now. Nowadays, you have seen that that strain of that coronavirus, and so many people are dying nowadays. So stay at home, stay safe, keep studying, keep motivated. Thank you for watching this video.